Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show. It is Tuesday. If you're enjoying the holidays, we are jealous, but you know what? We are here to keep you entertained all the way through till 9 o'clock.
It's kind of feeling a little holiday-ish at the moment, but we're actually going to take you back to school right now for an incredible story. I'm talking about West End Primary School, which has been a pillar of the Mitchell Plain community for 40 years now. And they've got this amazing, very proud tradition in education, yes, and certainly in sports. They dominate athletics, producing some incredible athletes from the Western Cape over the years, but they've also got a very proud connection to food security within their community. In fact, they have helped to feed, get this, over 700 families during the toughest time of lockdown, despite being under pressure themselves, and they are now going to be able to feed more of themselves and even more of their community with an incredible new project titled Garden in a Box. Take a look. There is no doubt that the last 18 months have put more pressure on food security in this country than ever before. It's forced us to look for new solutions to some pretty old challenges and ultimately to do it for ourselves. Well, with just the right partners in their corner, the learners here at West End Primary School are doing just that, now tending to their very own garden that could produce up to 70 kilograms of food to feed themselves and also the most vulnerable in the community around them. That is amazing. Shaun, clearly you're getting it right. Clearly you've got some amazing disciples here doing the work in the garden, but I can see how closely you work with them. Maybe a good place to start. Explain how Seed to Harvest works. What's the process?
Okay, my background is I come out of agriculture. I've been a farmer for 4 years, and farming for 4 years on a small scale level, supplied various retailers, and then realized that there's a need outside in our communities and our schools that are struggling dealing with growing efficient crops. So what I've done is I took the small scale model that I was farming and I thought I'll bring it down to a micro level where any community, a school or a household is able to grow vegetables with the confidence of receiving a good harvest.
Emmanuel, I can see how proud you all are of this amazing garden. It looks beautiful. How do you feel when you take a look at the beautiful vegetables, knowing how far you guys have come?
So I feel very calm because the beautiful green color makes me feel relaxed. It's my place of zen.
So excuse the pun, but has this planted the seed? Do you think you can see yourself doing your own growing, having your own garden, doing this in the future?
I see myself one day having my own farm.
What are you going to farm?
I will grow crops. Crops for vegetables, I will sell it for cost price. Do growing stuff and sell it to people, maybe cheap price for 2 for 5 rand.
You're also doing this as a team. You guys are working together. How cool is that?
Really fun. It's fun when we do it, and we don't be so bored, and we tell jokes and we laugh, and yes, we work together. And I also tell my parents maybe I want to be a farmer.
Well, our box is made up of 30% leafy veg, 30% root, and 40% starch. Also, each box varies from season to season and province to province. So a Western Cape box in summer will be different to a Gauteng box in summer.
There seem to be so many benefits here. Obviously, the practical benefits of getting a yield, you're feeding people, but these children seem to be learning and growing through the process. In your experience, what do they get out of this journey?
One, they gain a skill, because I think that we've lost that intergenerational transfer of skills. When you look at kids today, they grow up, parents not teaching them to grow food. 30 years ago, I lived with my gran. I was taught everything we grew in the backyard. So this is one way we're saying reconnecting kids back to nature, getting them in touch with the soil and with the ground. That's more important.
I love seeing you because whenever I see you, we are doing amazing things, and especially within food security, which is, I think, has a special place in my heart, especially when it comes to children. You've invested in 4 different schools now and a retirement village with this growing project. Why the change up in your approach to food security? Why tackle it this way?
Graham, when COVID hit us, we had to change our way of thinking and what we do for the community as well. And we saw there was a much greater need within the community for us to assist them. And what better way than to assist them by feeding them, by teaching them how to grow their own and harvest and to be self-sustainable.
I absolutely love that. This seems to be playing out on a number of levels. You're helping the community via the feeding scheme that exists already in the school. You're helping the at-risk learners, but you're also helping them develop their own characters. This is going to have an effect on these children. What are you hoping it's going to achieve?
We really would love to see them take home the message of being able to grow your own and living off the land, educating their parents as well, and just understanding healthy food.
I'm now stood beside a very proud vice principal here, and I've used that word pride a number of times this morning because I can get a sense of how much this means to the school. What has it been like growing this amazing garden?
It's a tremendous feeling. It's a feeling of accomplishment, especially for our learners. It gives them a sense of purpose. They are driven by it, and I think more importantly, I think it grounds them in more than one way. They physically grounded and spiritually it's a connection for them. I think they're just one with nature.
These 20-meter squared gardens could provide as much as 70 kilograms of fresh produce by the end of just 3 months. That in itself is amazing. And the schools where they're being rolled out, they receive expert guidance and all the mentoring they need to ensure the fruits of their labor, or in this case, the vegetables. I am so proud of these kids.
What a beautiful
You don't understand,
project.
during their school holidays, during lockdown, they kept it going, they did it, and they're not just feeding themselves, but they are feeding families, up to 70 families we heard there in their community. To Choa from Kenilworth Centre, the team behind it, just, well, this is like what we should all be doing.
And I hope more
Absolutely
kids
amazing,
take inspiration from this at their schools and implementing a project like this. This is unbelievable.
West End Primary for President. We absolutely love it. Hopefully that's inspired you to think a bit more generously this festive season.